cooler temperatures, strong wind today. We were just talking about this view from Mount Washington, Keith. You said it's what, 5 degrees
5.
there? Woo.
That's without the wind chill. Although the wind doesn't seem too frisky
Doesn't
up there
seem
right
awful.
now,
No.
based on the undercast of the clouds and the speed they're moving there. But yeah, it's chilly everywhere, and it's a little bit breezy back on planet Earth here. I know that's like a different,
right? It's a different
basically
environment there.
Mars up on the top of Mount Washington. Temperatures in the upper 20s to around 30. There's Mount Washington's observation right there, 5 degrees flat. 30 in Arundel, 33 in Algonquin. That thermometer tends to run warm, though. I don't know what is going on with Belfast. It's funny because it's not just that it's broken. It's giving us a number. It's just the wrong number every time. So 28 is where we're sitting in Bangor, 26 in Orono. And it's chilly, you know, for the middle of the day with some sun, and it is a little bit breezy, as we talked about, out of the north-northwest at 25 to 30 mile per hour winds. Luckily, just on the edge of that threshold where they wouldn't want to put bucket trucks up, so we're staying south of that zone, but it's probably not super comfortable. As a result, there's a wind chill factor in there into the teens for most of us. A lot of sun, of course, today being the solstice. The sun is very weak. Well, the sun's the same as it always was, but its effect on our latitude is very weak this time of the year. So it looks nice out, but it doesn't really change the temperature profile at all. So we're in the upper 20s to around 30 degrees through the rest of today. Tonight's cold. Teens everywhere, including the coastline. There will be some single digits in Rangeley, Greenville, and Caribou, I think, by early tomorrow morning. And tomorrow's a lot like today. It's basically a similar situation where it's sunny, but it doesn't really get all that warm. We stay in the upper 20s to around 30 degrees. And then we start to moderate in time for the weekend. Saturday, there's a few more clouds around, but temperatures, as you can see, in the upper 30s, a couple of low 40s possible, so it'll be a lot more palatable on Saturday. Sunday is warmer, 40 to 45 degrees, as we get into a different flow along this high pressure system. And then Christmas Day itself continues to look good. That was one we took an early shot at, and it's about the same, 40 to 45 with a good deal of sunshine. We're in the warm sector. At that point, our next storm system will approach for mid next week, which we'll talk about here in a second. So temperature trend, cool, one more day, and then we climb up sequentially through the weekend into next week. You probably already have an idea where our next storm system is going based on this temperature trend. It doesn't look as set in stone as rain as the last one. The last one had no chance of being anything but rain. This one, I'd say, is 80-20 rain for most of us. It moves in Wednesday night. You can see initially there's a little cold air maybe, and then it gets scoured out. This is the European model, and I hope it is not right, because it gives us another fairly strong rain event with some gusty winds. This would be next Thursday. So we'll keep an eye on the development of that. There's certainly something out there. The GFS has a rain event, but it doesn't have as much rain, and it doesn't really have much wind with it. So we'll keep an eye on what that plays out to be. As I mentioned yesterday, I think snow would be at an all-time high popularity based on where we were recently with these, with the last storm. So quiet straight in through the weekend. It is cold tonight, tomorrow night. And then it's a bit milder on Sunday, right around 40 to 45 on Christmas Day itself. Increasing clouds on Tuesday, and then that next system moves in at some point Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night. And we'll see how that plays out into Thursday of next week. That's our next major system. Long-term pattern change may be coming into January, putting us back into more of a wintry vibe.
Okay. We're due for that.
Yeah,
I've really seen it.
Yeah.
And that Santa graphic keeps
I know.
moving all
The
over
battle
the place.
continues.
Du
like I said,
jour every day.
it's a battle that I don't even think Todd knows we're having, which is
That's the best kind of battle,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
All right, Keith, thanks.